Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to do a art therapy session, specifically a feeling wheel. And so the first thing that you're going to want to do is clear your mind, take a deep breath, and realize whatever you create today, think of it as a journal or a diary entry. You should not put any pressure on yourself. Just consider this like a mark-making phase of your childhood. The things you're going to need are a piece of paper, a pencil, and some sort of coloring. I'm using oil pastels. You can use whatever you want for this as long as there's a variety of colors because you will be coloring in your feeling wheel. The next thing that you're going to need is a circle, a compass, something that you can make the wheel shape with. You can even freehand it, but I always like having the pure circle. Then the next thing you're going to need is a straight edge. You can use a ruler for this, or you can just use the edge of a book, a notebook, a sketchbook, a folder, whatever will just allow you to kind of draw nice straight edges. So the first thing I want to let you know is that I'm actually taking this idea out of a book called Exercises for Essential Art Therapy Exercises and by Leah Guzman. And I hope I said her name right, but I probably didn't. And so the first thing that you're going to do is draw a circle. Now, as you draw your circle, take a deep breath and just start kind of clearing your mind. If you go around the bowl several times, that's fine. Just kind of nice and slow and take a deep breath as you go. And just kind of start thinking about getting in the mood to make some art or make just some colors if you want to think of it that way. Then you're going to cut your wheel into 8 parts. And so if you're doing that, then you're just drawing 4 lines going across it, kind of creating a pie. Now, unlike in math, this does not need to be perfect. In fact, mine is going to be all kittywampus and in different shapes. And so you're just going to go through and split it up using your ruler or straight edge and creating that nice pie-like shape. I've sped it up a little bit so you don't have to watch me draw out this entire thing. As you can see, it's not perfectly even, and that's okay. The next thing you're going to want to do is you are going to write in different emotions that you're either feeling this week or in the past week that you feel like are just really kind of resonating with you. What are you feeling right now? What were you feeling yesterday? What do you want to feel? And just kind of put in each of these emotions along the outside edge of your piece. Now, as I did this, I actually did it wrong the first time, and so just so you know, you do not have to start over if you do this wrong. Like I said, you're not showing it to anyone. I accidentally wrote them in the middle, and what I want to do is write them on the outside edges of this. So I'm going to start with sad because last week I wasn't feeling very good, so I felt sad, like I couldn't get anything done, and then I just kind of really reflected on it. Now, if you can't think of different words, like all you can think of is like the basic ones like sad, happy, excited, go Google it. And then just whatever words stand out to you, things that resonate with you, write those down. And so I actually had to go and kind of look up some different things to figure out kind of how I was feeling. And it took me a while to reflect on what emotions I was feeling in that moment. So kind of spend some time doing that. So after I was done writing them all in, the next thing I'm going to do is choose colors that go with each of these. Now I have a variety of emotions that I actually did have to look up some for. And so the first one that I went to is sad, and I went to the pretty obvious, like when you're feeling sad, you're feeling blue. And I went outside the circle because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do. But I also choose a range of different colors for sadness because I feel like sadness isn't just one color. And then same with loneliness. I feel like lonely is a very gray color, but then also I decided to put a border wall around it because of the isolation you feel. You kind of feel like you're walled off from everybody. And then for each of the other colors, I just kind of really focused on what I felt when I looked at that color, and I tried to match it with the emotion. And I didn't go in any particular order, and I tried to change each line so it kind of matched what I kind of felt like each thing represented. And the last thing I did was I went around the whole circle with different colors. And what I did, the reason why I did that was because one, I had actually like drawn outside the lines and I wanted to kind of bring it all together. And lastly, I wanted to take a deep breath in with every circle just to kind of finish it all off. Like deep breath in around the circle and then deep breath out on the other side of the circle. So I just kind of kept it going around and around, breathing and reflecting. And so after I'm done with all of this, the next thing I want to do is kind of look at what I've done. Do I have more happy or positive feelings on here, or do I have more negative feelings on there? And kind of reflect on why that might be. What is the root of those emotions? The next thing is maybe, did you have one color show up more often? And why? What is the connection between the colors that was showing up? And lastly, once you're done kind of reflecting on that, you can do whatever you want with it. Maybe you want to burn this in effigy to feel like you kind of are getting over something. Maybe you want to rip it up in an angry huff or wrinkle it up. Or maybe you want to put it on the wall to kind of reflect on later and maybe do another one to see if your emotions have changed. Or you can post it somewhere, share it with people, share it with me. I hope that you found this helpful. I hope you feel at least a little bit more relaxed, and I hope you have a great day.